Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are having a great, amazing night. Sorry that we started a little late. We were setting everything up in regards that I am not, if you guys noticed, this is not my streaming office. I am right now at my fiance's house. I came here to spend the weekend. I'm like, you guys, I told the guys, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna improv the the live stream tonight. So I'm gonna be opening Modern Horizons 2 set booster box, and as well, we're going to be talking about a couple of things that happened throughout this week in the Magic the Gathering community. But therefore, I am going to present our amazing co-host, and then we have the number one director of the ages, the one that has gotten so many nominations and won so many Grammys. Wait, did I say it right? No, I mean Oscars. Whatever. Here you go. It's Alejandro.
I've also gotten some Emmys too. If you want to like gloat about those.
Okay. Okay. How about Tony's? Have you gotten Tony's?
Yeah, I'm on a I'm a connoisseur of the theater as well. So yes.
Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then we got the other one, the black player in Commander, the one and only that sucks your life every time that you play Commander. But either way, he is our master of the cube, the one and only JP.
I love it how you just said the other one in comparison to our magnificent Alejandro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the
No,
enemies.
it's
Let's
fine.
fight.
It's fine.
Let's just get some decks and fight right now. Let's do this.
It's just Alejandro and then just the other one.
The other one.
Oh, I said JP.
Oh,
Did I
yeah,
say
yeah,
JP?
I know, it's fine.
Master
Oh, okay.
of the black arts of the
The
second.
master of the black cards. Yeah, exactly. And then, obviously, if you guys notice, we are missing one,
Hmm,
like always.
I wonder.
I wonder why.
He'll be here, maybe.
Yeah, he'll
Probably.
be here.
He'll get here.
So guys, Modern Horizons 2 pre-release was today. I totally forgot about it. Actually, the store was like, "Are you picking up your box today?" I'm like, "Why?" "Oh, today's the pre-release." I'm like, "Oh, I totally forgot about that." It's really interesting because always in this release packs, this happens.
There's so much
Yeah.
air.
There's so much air. It's like
Yeah.
a bag of potato chips. So the pre-release, no, the buy a box booster promo. My
Promo.
bad. I don't know what's the card in English, but here we got it in Spanish.
Sanctum Prelate.
Yes, Sanctum Prelate.
And what does that say in Spanish?
In
Oh.
Spanish, it says that when she enters the
No,
battlefield,
the name.
oh, Prelada del Santuario.
Oh, I love it. So as she enters the battlefield, you choose a number between any number, right? It's any
You
number.
choose a number.
You choose a number, and nobody can cast non-creature spells
Of that number.
of that number.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That cost that number.
And it has that old school border with the little Magic the Wizard of the Coast star.
I love it.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's really interesting. I hope that Chris gets to make it. So while I open booster packs, Orengo is going to be saying the other topics that we were going to be talking about today.
Sure.
Tonight. So let's go ahead, Orengo. While I open, I continue speaking, obviously, but I will be
Sure.
opening booster packs. Well,
I'm just gonna set it up like this, and then I'm gonna put you front and center, so we can see cool cards while we discuss the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So, in the world of Magic the Gathering, since this set was released today physically, but online on MTGO,
It's been like
it
a
was
week.
released. Yeah, it's been a week. So there's already been some how do you call them, modern leagues. So people have been able to test out the new cards and brew new decks, and of course, there's been a bunch of new decks, and we can discuss some of the new cards that are making a powerful impact. But Saffron, already giving his initial thoughts on the matter, he went on Twitter to talk about Urza's Saga, a card that I was gushing about because I love Urza, and I was gonna be like, I want to stick one of those things. But when we were discussing this in during the pre-release, when we were discussing during the preview season, we didn't think much of it. We thought, yes, it's really good because you get to tutor, but we weren't thinking that far ahead. So Saffron Olive in the tweet says the following. Oh, that's really cool, man. I can't really see the card, but looks cool.
Yeah,
Um,
let me see if I can fix the focus on the.
sure.
Oh right,
So
I'm not using StreamYard, so
yeah. Okay.
That
Oh,
is
you
persist.
got persist.
Ooh,
Persist
nice.
sketched. So that's really good. That's a good. It's a mythic, right? So it's a good mythic pool.
it's a
It's a
rare.
rare.
Oh, it's a
It's a
rare.
rare.
It's a good rare pool.
Yeah, but I already got my guy already got a
Mhm.
mythic.
Okay,
I
nice.
got Archon of.
Oh,
Ooh,
the
the
Archon.
Archon
Yeah, that's
is
really
nice.
that's a good target for your persist card. So there you go.
Yes.
Okay, so Saffron Olive says Urza Saga gets more insane every time I play against it. Control being able to use it as a finisher with Expedition map is pretty frightening. He continues, I think the problem we're going to have run into with Urza Saga is that it's a colorless land, which makes it possible for basically any deck to play it. Not sure if it's broken on the level of Hogak, but it's going to show up in a way, way more decks. And then Luis Scott Vargas, which we know is an incredible pro player in Magic, he says, don't worry, it won't be legal for that much longer if I had to guess. So given that, I went to look on MTG Goldfish, the list of the modern league decks that went 5-0, and he's not wrong. A lot of them has Ursa Saga, and a lot of them don't even have the little combo with the Expedition map. They just have it. I saw one Merfolk deck, which runs just 4 Aether Vials, and it still runs. Oh, nice. Calibrated Blast.
You mean bad?
All right.
Oh,
They
look at
only
this!
have.
Wait!
Oh,
You guys know that I pulled the mythic, right?
right.
Yeah, another
Pull the
mythic.
foil mythic now.
Oh,
You
Chatterfang!
got the Shatterfang foil, so you're already you're good.
Oh,
You're good,
I'm
man.
happy. I'm
You're
happy
happy.
with that. And then
Nice.
this
That's a
got
good
this
pull.
sketch one.
Oh, nice sketch one. Okay, Lens Flare. So even the Merfolk deck, which doesn't do this little loop that he's talking about, it literally has 4 targets, which are Aether Vials. It still runs it in the deck. So it's so good that even if you don't have that many targets, it's still worth playing because it's a colorless land and it gets to tutor something really good for free. So while we were speculating that it would have been good in Commander, we didn't have the foresight, I guess, because we don't play that much Modern. That it would just be something that people will just generally use because of the ability to tutor and the ability to create two constructs before it leaves the battlefield, which is something that's on the next screenshot, which I don't have right now, but
I'm gonna look for it. Give me a second.
John can set it up for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I in the deck I wanted to talk about. There's 2 versions. The same guy played it twice. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
well, yeah.
So basically, Saffron Olive concludes by saying, the constructs are the main finisher. Play the typical control game plan. Once you gain control, you can urge the saga for 2 constructs, which is true. You do it in the second stage, and before it leaves in the 3rd stage, in the upkeep phase, you make the other construct before it leaves. You tutor up an expedition map with the lore counter 3 to get another saga, make 2 more constructs, and suddenly you have at least 16 power. Which he's right. You can just keep looping them. And
We
as
got
a
one of the
control
cards
deck,
from the list.
oh nice. What card from the list did you get? Oh, that's interesting. A Merfolk. I mean, that's kind of cool. If you were
It's the
playing
Lord.
like Weird Draft or Sealed, it would have actually been a cool card.
Yeah, it would.
Basically, the idea that controls is generally they run like basically no creatures. Having a land that can give you two constructs that basically get bigger as time goes on, and they might be hard to remove if you keep just having so many of them, is a great finisher for a control deck that again generally doesn't have the space to have creatures on it. So it's interesting. It's interesting that Urza Saga is being that oppressive, apparently. Although there's a lot of versatility there's a lot of variety in terms of deck lists, as I saw in the Modern League, and I know JP is going to talk about one deck in particular. So there's a lot of variety right now, but it's just curious how Urza Saga became this ridiculous, But go ahead, JP.
So in terms of Urza Saga, I don't feel like it should go in Merfolk.
I agree. It's kind of weird.
I feel like they're just testing it out, but like it's like actually bad because you're colorless. You need several of the blue.
Yeah.
Several blue for that deck.
Yeah.
Because most lords are blue or
Yeah.
some sort of variant of blue,
Mhm.
and you really need your colors. The only other color that's card or land in that deck is Mutavault, because it happens to be a creature as well. So
Yep.
if you have 4 Mutavault and 4 Urza's Saga, you're gonna be running into mana problems.
Yep.
The other problem is if you're not running the Mutavaults, you're missing out on power.
Yes.
So like decks like that are maybe testing it out, but I don't feel like it should go in them. Now the deck I want to talk about is is of course the card the one and only Asmarano Mardikat Istina Kuldakar. So we talked
Wait,
about
can
it.
you repeat that again?
Asmarano Mardikat Istina Kuldakar. You want me to say it 3 times fast, 7
No,
times
no,
fast?
no. We don't. We
No,
know
no,
you
no,
can
no.
say
It's
it.
fine. It's fine.
We
It's
know
fine.
you
It's
can
fine.
say it.
Hey,
Anyways,
we got a cool card.
Okay.
Cool
What do you
white
got?
card.
I want
Oh,
it so bad. It's so
the
good.
Esper Sentinel. Nice.
It's
pull.
so good.
Yes,
It's
sir.
actually good.
Very
It's
powerful.
actually really good.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Anyways,
this is the sketch card.
All right. Weird uncommon.
yeah. So Asmore has this place in modern where you can cycle a card like Street Wraith. For those who don't know, Street Wraith is a card that says it's three black for a 3/4, but it has cycling, and you pay 2 life to discard a card and draw a card.
Yes.
Using Asmore's condition that you need to discard a card in order to play her for 1 hybrid black or red mana, you just turn 1 Street Wraith, land, and Asmore, search for the Underworld Cookbook.
Mhm.
Then you can, let's say, the best play would be on turn 1 to play the Cookbook, but if you don't have it, that's your play. The play would be try to play Underworld Cookbook and Witch's
Rise and
Oven.
shine.
Mhm.
That's a nice card. So, in Witch's Oven.
Yeah.
So the reason you want Witch's Oven is because it's an additional way to make food, and the finisher is Feasting Troll King. Feasting Troll King has been rising up in price because this deck is actually pretty decent. I don't feel like it's a whole gag 2.0 being able to come back every single, like, being super oppressive,
Mhm.
because the deck loses to combo.
Okay.
Deck loses to combo very, very easily.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful card.
Okay.
So the deck isn't completely overpowered.
Mhm.
That's a nice card as well. So I feel like the deck has if the numbers and if it keeps on going this way, I feel like there's 2 versions of the deck: the red green and the black green. Maybe either sticking with the black green or making a hybrid of both will yield the best results. I don't really like the red green version. The red green version that he played, the guy he was Doomwake on Twitch. It's mostly like it used Asmore, Blazing Root Walla, Intellit Neonate. So the red Root Walla that has Madness for 0,
Mhm.
Vengevine, Hollow One, and the Feasting Troll King. So you're trying to discard a lot of cards. It has Burning Inquiry and Goblin Lore. Those cards draw you cards, but also make you discard at random, and that's where most of the inconsistency comes from. Where in comparison to the Golgari Food one, he uses the Underworld Cookbook more. Actually, I don't even like. Oh yeah, he does. The red green version obviously has Underworld Cookbook. That's mostly the reason why you run Asmore. Other than she's a 1 mana 3/3. If you get her on turn 1, that's very relevant in a lot of cases. But the green black one, the way it ran and the way I saw it ran, because you can also run Gilded Goose for smoothing your mana, and you get a food token, and that's a food token generator. The Underworld Cookbook, and because you have black, he uses Cauldron Familiar with Witch's Oven, and we already know through standard that this is a good combo.
We got another mythic.
So you get a lot of food tokens really fast. That's an amazing
Gareth
card.
One-Eyed. Nice.
So you get a lot of food tokens really fast while also being able to discard your hand. discard card. The deck runs a lot left troll as another discard outlet. Maybe if it had okay, this is the type of deck that freaking faithless looting would be great in. But it has a Stitcher Supplier to mill. So you get Feasting Troll King in the graveyard, sacrifice 3 foods, and you bring him back. This can be done as early as turn 2. A 7/6 Vigilance Trample on turn 2 is very threatening.
Yeah.
We've seen how those things can be very threatening. This is it's basically a 2-turn clock. Mostly because if you have Asmar out and this out on turn 2, turn 3, you can effectively start Modern at 17 lives if you have to fetch and shock in a land. That's effectively killing you in 2 turns.
Got another one from the list.
What is
Okay.
that?
That's a card from Zendikar.
That's a card from Zendikar.
It's not even that old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Asmore, it's Asmore mostly because of the Underworld Cookbook and Feasting Troll King that the deck might have legs and might actually run. Through mana, it has no mana problems because it runs Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, and Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. And because it's running Urza Saga, it's also running Urza Saga. You get Gilded Goose to make food. You have Underworld Cookbook, Witch's Oven to make food tokens, and if you can make so many food tokens at a moment, and then make the construct. The construct actually becomes a very, very threatening, very, very fast.
Mhm.
I feel like this deck has potential, and it's very cheap. In comparison, of course, the mana base. The sideboard pieces are expensive, but if you find replacements, it's relatively cheap. Like a lot of these cards are very, very cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I saw Jim Davis. He's a pro player in Magic. He was doing what he calls the 10 brews of the new set, and that was like his second brew. It was a copy from another pro player because he didn't have time to theory craft his own brews this time around.
Okay, guys.
Yep.
Broken booster pack.
Okay.
We have
wait.
Shattering Fang for
Again, nice.
Mythic.
Okay. So you got another good.
Inevitable Betrayal
Yeah, that's good.
and
foil?
Wonder.
That's good. Good rare.
2 rares
Why is
and
Wonder
and one
rare?
of the and Glimmer Bite.
Oh, that's from the list. No, it's not from the list.
No, it's not
Oh,
from the
it's
list.
not from the list.
It's
new.
retro border, right. Okay.
Yeah, Retro
My,
Border.
my bad.
That's for
Um,
Pauper. That actually might be like
yeah.
$2.
So Jim Davis was, playtesting the deck, and it was very impressive because there were games where he didn't even win with, with the Troll King. He just won with Cauldron, Familiar, and Witch's Oven. That's simple. The usual standard play that got Cauldron, Familiar banned. Like he was just doing that little combo, and it was very easy to do because the deck generates so much food. And against aggro decks can't win against him because obviously you're healing for so much that's so difficult for you to like.
This is the base of what basically the other. I think the differences are probably in the sideboard, and
Yes.
his version doesn't run a lot less troll.
Exactly. No. Well, no. James Davis was running the troll though.
No,
It was his finisher.
Feasting Troll King is
Yes,
the
exactly.
big troll, but Lotleth Troll is another
Oh,
discard
okay.
outlet.
Right. Sorry. Yeah. No, he wasn't running
Because
that
if you
one.
don't, I have to see. There's probably
Got a
there's
full
probably
art.
a few cards that.
Got a full art?
Mishra's
What?
Factory.
Whoa.
No, but that's a pretty old card.
Yeah, it's an
a
old card, but it's a good, cool retro card.
We
Yeah,
got a sketch, and we got another card from the list. It's a commander card.
Reality
Wow,
Shift.
Reality Shift is such a good card.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good card.
Hey, Soul
removal.
Talisman.
Yeah, I got the Soul Talisman. Yeah.
So,
Rarely,
anyways,
I haven't gotten a fetch land.
So yeah, that's kind of weird actually. So I was
I
looking
know, right?
at the Modern League. I saw some of the deck lists. So some of the other decks that are being kind of like played around and stuff is obviously Enchantresses. It's obviously doable now. It starts being from like a weird Celestia deck, but it can become banned very easily. I've seen very different variations of the Enchantress deck. I've seen mono red, including the little monkey. I have
Ragavan,
seen,
yeah,
yes, I've seen obviously Merfolk. There's a couple of Merfolk decks that obviously are using the new Merfolk Queen in their build.
it's really
Uh,
good.
yes, obviously all the control decks, Saffron was saying, are using Urza Saga. There's obviously the brew that you're mentioning. A deck that had a lot of, there's a couple of deck lists was the Ors of Stoneblade. And the deck for the most part is kind of playing the same way. The only difference is that it's including some variations include Grief and Solitude. And then obviously they use the Ephemerate combo. Um,
Turn one, discard
yeah,
your hand, basically.
yeah, turn one, discard your
And if
hand.
you
And
and if you
yeah,
mulligan against that deck, you're just dead.
exactly. And surprisingly, they are actually trying to use the Cauldron Complete. That people were
Complete,
debating if it
yeah.
would gonna be used or not because it was 7 mana. But some of the decks are just running Batter Skull and Cauldron's Complete, which is very interesting. I mean, we'll see how that goes, as time
Uh,
goes on.
I was I'm subscribed to and on
Yeah.
Reddit to the Death and Taxes, and a lot of the Death and Taxes builds use the Esper Sentinel, which is very
Yes, of
Esper
course.
Sentinel is
They
very
have to. Yeah, they have
very
to.
good.
Nice, and
Uh,
it's foil too. Nice.
And so yeah, and we got another one from the
what
list.
what did you get?
He got the Entomb. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got the Unmarked Grave.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm Mark Grave. The
Enclave
Entomb.
Cryptologist is a nice card.
Yeah, it is. So I was checking the top creatures that were. I'm sorry, not the top creatures. Well, yeah, the top creatures used, and in second place, Solitude. It's been used in 54 decks, which means in 17% of the decks in the Modern League, Solitude is being used. The other new card that's being used a lot is Grief in fifth place in 36 decks or 9% of the decks, and in sixth place, Shardless Agent is used a lot. It's used in
I haven't
35
seen
decks,
I haven't seen
9%.
any shortlist legend decks yet.
Okay,
Like
so
I know they're
the sh-
there, but I haven't seen actually.
so
Any
what they're
action.
doing with the deck is, and I saw this because Magic Eights did a weird brew, but now I'm seeing a more consistent build with Shardless Agent. What they do with Shardless Agents is they're using Shardless Agent obviously for the Cascade, and they're also using Violent Outburst for the Cascade. The Cascade targets are only the following. It's going to be Crashing Footfalls. So the point is that for 3
You get
mana, you get
two
10
full force.
power.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, you get
Yeah,
10 power
10
on
power.
board. And the other card you use it with is with Fire and Ice
Another one from the list.
because of the versatility and the utility. Okay, nice.
Being able to tap
Which
something down, draw a card.
exactly because it's a really good split card. And everything else is going to be Force of Negation, Cryptic Command, to control Jace the Mind Sculptor. You have some subtleties. You have some Brazen Borrowers, some Bone Crusher Giants because they have extra value.
So that
to the
deck
build.
could lose to burn really fast because
Yes,
if you
Okay.
don't
it would.
have anything.
Guys, there's something
I
that we
agree.
haven't done yet.
Because it's 2 mana going forward to do things. Yes.
They smell good.
Yes.
Smelling the cards. Okay.
Yes, that's Melisman.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Uh,
good smell.
But yeah,
Smells
I
good.
looking at the Modern League and looking at the cards being used, I'm not that surprised because I knew that, like, for example, Grief was gonna be a given that was gonna be used everywhere. I am surprised that Solitude beats out Grief by a lot, but obviously Solitude is essentially a Swords to Plowshares for free. So that's gonna give a lot of people like wanting to use that.
A lot
Obviously.
of and a lot of
Yeah.
outs. Yeah.
A lot of
Hey, we
outs
got a good
for
card
free.
here.
Ooh,
You
Resurgent
got
Belief.
Resurgent Belief. Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
Curiously
we got
enough, yeah.
Squirrel Mob.
Oh, squirrel. Okay.
We haven't seen any enchantment builds.
Yeah, I saw some Enchantress decks. I told you.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of Enchantress decks. There's some Boggles decks, but there's a good chunk of Enchantress decks either being Selesnya colors or Bant colors, like you had mentioned previously.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that even though they're using Shardless Agent a lot, they're only using it with the Elephant Suspend card from the last Modern Horizon set, and they're not using any of the new Suspend cards. Of course, this is the first week. The brews haven't finished.
Do those brews have like ancestral visions or something like that?
They have not. I think they're just
That's
trying to be
interesting.
very. They're trying to
Aggressive?
be very aggressive. Yeah, I think they're just going to be very aggressive and try to finish you off very
I
quickly.
guess like
What the heck is
when
this?
you think of these sets in a way, they're like it's like because they're new modern sets. You can think of going back to standard sets. When a new
We
standard
got
sets
another mythic.
nice, it's
Yeah.
Turok.
I mean, I don't like
So,
Turok that much, but it's cool.
it's okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna. So we got the Squirrel Sovereign Lord foil,
Oh, that looks
but
wow.
in
That
the
looks very
That
pretty.
old.
looks nice.
That looks
I
very
know,
pretty.
right?
Love
And
it.
then, guys, we got a yet another. That I'm very impressed of this. We got another card from the list.
Oh, okay. You're getting a cool couple
Oh, and
ones.
Goblin
Goblin
Assassin
Assassin.
is a really
Oh.
really good card.
Wow, nice. It's a good pull.
So okay,
Very good pull.
so
Yeah.
when you go back to standard sets, so a new standard set comes out. The next few FNMs and tournaments and whatever is usually dominated by aggro
Yep. That's true.
because the format is still learning.
Yep.
And a good way to win and a good way to compete is to be aggressive.
Yep.
So if we see this this format be aggressive right now,
Mhm.
when you have the options to be controlling, but you decide to be aggressive, then I feel like it's just more in more in that line of
Mhm.
thinking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, like you said, when a new set comes out, usually it goes aggro, then mid range, and then control, and it's slowly because as the meta stabilizes, we find outs for the aggro decks. Either
Yes.
in mid, like in
It-
mid shoot, I forgot the word, and I just said it.
range.
Mid range decks and then control decks, and it
Yes.
just becomes the standard triangle we all know and love from Magic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I-
no,
and I-
I'm just
oh, God.
I'm just happy
So we
that a
got
lot of these
the-
cards, yeah.
You got the infamous.
Oof.
Nice.
Saga.
Ursa Saga. Pretty Ursa Saga.
We
You still
got
haven't gotten
another.
a fetch?
Yeah, but I've got another mythic.
Okay, that's a good mythic. Nice
Okay,
way.
yeah, you've gotten a lot of mythics. Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting a lot
Mirari's
of mythics. So
This
that's
is
pretty
the
good.
old school, another old school card. I mean,
Yeah.
old school border, and then we got a foil Rishadon's Dockhand.
No, that's pretty. That's a rare, so nice.
Unfortunately, I've seen that a lot of people are kind of sad about that card. Like they really like it, but because it's a creature, it's just not Rishad import.
Yeah.
And even being a Merfolk, where Merfolk deck would kind of benefit from that, especially in modern.
Yeah.
That card is just a bit too slow. I saw a streamer just do like a Merfolk.
Yeah.
And he played it a bit, and in like one match, it was actually able to mana screw a deck because they
guys,
just wanted like low mana.
You finally got a fetch
confused.
land?
Oh my God, no way!
Foil?
Oh God, wait! It's a fetch land. It's foil, but you
God.
guys are gonna look at this booster pack.
Oh shit. Well then you're
Sword
good.
of Hearth and Home,
Nice. That's a mythic.
Mythic,
Right?
Yusuri, Fortune of Flame.
Yusuri.
Rare. Yeah.
It's a rare. We got old school border, Blazing whatever,
Ah,
and
it's actually
not-
great.
not
Scalding
how,
Tarn.
how can you say it? Scalding Tarn foil.
Oof.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's a good pull.
Oof.
You gotta sell that one quick because
Oh heck yeah!
those things are just
Sadly,
gonna.
sadly, like we're in pre-order season.
Mhm.
TCG. If you're not a TCG player store that has like
Mhm.
that it has the privilege to sell in pre-order stage,
You have to
then you
wait.
can't sell it. I have to wait until
Mm,
when is it that the set comes out?
next week, I suppose.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah. But still, it's a Scalding Tarn foil.
Yes.
It's a pretty penny right there.
No, that's a pretty penny. That's what I'm saying. You need to sell that very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can
Good
just
pull.
put it MTG in one of the MTG website groups in Facebook.
Yeah, that's a good pull, and that's something people are just gonna buy.
Yeah,
Imagine
exactly.
if you had pulled it with a retro foil. That shit would have been double in
Oh.
price, easily double or triple in price. Because there's a
So-
lot of people overvaluing the retro frames a lot.
Yeah. And that's something that we talked about, that the
Mhm.
retro frames, even though it's not like, they're still reprints, but they're still like, in value. But guys, I'm gonna tell you this booster box is really weird. So we got another rare, right?
Yeah.
We got
Persist.
Persist.
persist
Nice.
rare.
Yeah. Yeah. Second persist.
We got Step Thought as the retro
Okay.
thing, but a full art mythic Ravgavan.
Ooh.
Whoa. Okay, so if that thing doesn't crash, which I do think it will, you have like $100 easy with that thing. Because
Okay,
that thing
laying
normal
it
price
down.
is $64 right now. That
Oh
stupid
wow.
monkey is so overpriced.
That
And
stupid monkey is not overpriced.
oh
It is
come on,
very
it is
good.
not $64 worth.
It's comparable to Goblin Guide.
Are you insane? How can you tell me a monkey that's worth $64 is more expensive than a Solitude that's overused in the meta right now?
Okay,
That doesn't make any sense, dude. Doesn't make any
maybe
sense.
Solitude is underpriced then.
I think I understand
Actually,
why
Solitude
he
is a
says
rare, no? It's a
it's a-
mythic.
It's a
It's a-
mythic.
it's
Then
worth
yeah, it's
the
underpriced
price.
then.
It's that it has dash, so you don't have to like literally.
John,
know,
no.
It's what? Tell
Doesn't
me, tell me.
doesn't fucking make any sense that a card that's used in mono aggro, they're using like one or two copies.
Orengo.
$4. Doesn't make any
I got
sense.
your favorite card.
Okay. Ooh, look, the land that I thought it was good, but it's crap. She just
Okay, guys.
break it
So
on
let's
stream.
see. Oh my God, what is wrong with this? What? Okay.
Oh,
I got Javi Maya Cradle of Growth.
that's a nice. That's a really
That's
good
a
card.
Really good card.
We
Really good
got
rare.
Chatterstorm as
Nice.
the
Oh, nice. That's the
and
retro.
then but wait. It's not a fetch land. It's not a fetch land, but
It's like about
we got
coffers.
another.
so-
We have another mythic.
Solitude foil and border. Oh,
Yeah, that's a really good pull. See, that
Oh my
thing
God.
is worth money.
okay. What do you think about the time warp being banned in historic?
Right,
Okay,
let's talk about that.
Before you guys get to that, so due to the things that have happened because of Modern Horizons 2, are you guys willing to play Modern now that the cards are more accessible in a sense?
No, I literally saw the deck list right now in the Modern League, and the competitive decks are still 500 and up. There's like a few decks where are like $300,
Mhm.
but
Like,
these new cards don't influence so much the deck list because you still need a bunch of the old cards.
Dude.
Yeah, so no.
The deck I'm looking at, I really like the Asmar deck.
Yeah,
It's still like $700.
exactly. And it's for a format that no one's playing. Because let's be honest, no one's playing Modern unless you're
I could-
online.
Like even then, I could still get most of the entire deck
Yeah.
for Asmar is the only really expensive card. This is I already have the Stitcher suppliers.
Sure.
So Gilded Goose, that's 10, not so 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18, 29, 29, 36, 36, 37, around $40 the main deck
Yeah.
without including Asmar. Asmar is actually quite expensive right now.
Okay.
Because being 10 basically $10 each. But like with Asmar it's $50. So
Okay. Nice.
so it's basically like for $100 I can get the entire deck. Problem being the mana base.
Yeah, it's always a mana base.
So this deck runs Urza Saga.
Yeah,
That's
and
rather
even
expensive.
sure, like all these cards
Burning Catacombs.
when they come out, they're gonna crash, and I get it. But it still won't be enough for me to justify building a modern deck. And the format is very volatile right now, and we've been burned by modern before with Modern Horizons 1, where people brewed their decks, they did their Hogak decks, or did all those
I mean,
different decks, and
Hogak
they
was a
got
pro-
screwed over. I understand it
Hogak
was
was
broken,
a-
and I
was
understand
a-
that people obviously knew it was gonna be banned. Like, it's obvious, I get it, but you still got burned.
Yeah.
You're still wasting money on it. So, and even then later on, like I had an actual competitive modern deck. I had the mono red Phoenix deck, and they banned Faithless Looting, which I get it, and then it just destroyed my deck. So
Yes.
that's why I can't just like I love the modern format. I think it's a great format. It's very versatile. There's a lot of flexibility, and with utilizing these sets, so they can inject new cards into that format specifically. That's really awesome. But if I had to pick and choose, I'd honestly rather play Historic. If I had to pick and
Okay.
choose, not even Pioneer, because Pioneer no one's playing it. Even though Pioneer seems excellent for people in our budget because those decks aren't as expensive, but no one's really playing Pioneer. So then I'd be like, well, I'd rather just play Historic. And it sucks because it's an online only format. But theoretically, and this is a very theoretical because we know it's very expensive to collect in Arena.
Okay,
Theoretically,
guys.
I could play a Historic deck. Yeah.
Okay, in this booster pack, we got 3 rares. One is a sketch, and I mean 4 rares, and one is from the list.
Okay.
So Priest of the Fall Right.
Fell rights, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a deck, a persist deck, Mardu persist deck running that.
Oh, the ooze. Okay, you got the ooze.
Got the Ooze.
The progenitor ooze.
Solitary Confinement.
That card's
Um,
really no. I've seen that decks use it. Like if you have an Enchantress deck, which you can start drawing every time you put out. Ooh, oh, it has fading. Oh, gross. Never mind. I saw an Enchantress deck that uses that enchantment specifically because if you have the Enchantress that lets you draw and you have the other Enchantress that is like an enchantment, and you get to just kind of like enchantment, you have draw, so you don't need to rely on your draw step to draw, and then you have no damage and you have hexproof, so you're basically indestructible. And then if you put Sterling Grove, then that enchantment because shrouded, and then you just auto win. Literally, I think it was Magic Aids, and it was explaining. So he basically looped me. I literally can't win. I'm just gonna scoop. He just scooped because he knew it was impossible to win at that point with the hard lockdown that the Enchantress deck was able to build. Granted, it takes a little time to build, so it's a little janky in that regard, but it's cool. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't play Modern. I like my commander. I like having one expensive copy of each card that I want, or maybe 2 expensive copies of each card that I want, and leaving it at that. Like I don't. I love being competitive. I'm a tryhard. You guys know this, but the thing is, these formats are way too expensive. Standard is the cheapest one, and the problem with standard is everything rotates. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I would, but like so with a deck just like I mentioned.
Yeah.
A really good deck that has cards that simply won't get banned because they're only used in this one deck.
Yeah.
Like food tokens, which is Oven, Cauldron Familiar, Asmore with the Underworld Cookbook and Feasting Troll King. And Cauldron, yeah, like what is there really worthy of banning? It's really consistent, but it loses to combo. That's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another one?
Another one.
Another
Wow.
solid two.
Another solid.
But that one isn't foil, is it?
No,
No.
but I'm just surprised you got another one.
Yeah, but
Extended
the other
art.
one is foil.
Yeah. All right. I'm okay. Let's be honest.
Wait,
I'm a little
wait.
surprised that he
I
hasn't
haven't gotten
pulled more
fetch back.
fetches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, you did
And it
pull
was
a
foil.
scalding tarn foil, but that
so
was
te-
out of luck, man.
Yeah, but technically foils don't count towards the total.
Exactly. So technically,
So-
this man has a shit
so-
box.
So he hasn't. Technically hasn't gotten a land,
Yeah.
fetch land.
He's
Another
technically had a
priest?
pretty shitty box. Actually, I'm very surprised, man.
Maybe
Like-
the next packs have all fetches.
Do you imagine?
Hopefully-
Fetch.
I mean,
You get
hopefully,
3 fetches in this one.
I
For
Three
some
hope.
reason.
fetches in this one? That would
I
be
just
crazy.
wanted to see a bunch of fetches, man. That's all I wanted to see.
Same here. Like,
Yeah. But it's,
There's-
at
there's
least you got a really good expensive. You got basically the most expensive. No, you had the second most expensive fetch. So you're pretty good.
Verdant Catacombs is the most expensive, or is it Misty?
No, it's Misty by a
But
lot.
It's always between because I remember it used to be Verdant Catacombs for a long time.
Mhm.
Then Scalding Time's always been up there, and then Misty started going up with all the blue green stuff that's been throughout these years.
Yeah, I mean, if green keeps being so fucking oppressive, obviously, it's ridiculous.
it is the final booster pack, guys.
So you only
But I
got one
gotta
set
say-
box? I thought you got 2. for
No,
some
no.
reason.
I only got one set box. I'm not getting the draft.
Oh.
I'm just gonna keep the 2
Collectors.
booster boxes.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be a fun opening. The collectors.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the token? Oh, here's the token. Let's
Let's
see.
see. Let's see. Let's see.
Hopefully you get at least one fetch, because damn, like this has been a little like I'm happy you got a bunch of mythics in these set boosters, which is really cool. But it still sucks you didn't get another
I didn't.
fetch.
And just to clarify, no fetches in this one.
Oh my
No
god.
fetches. Wow.
Jesus.
I
Is the pull
got.
rate really?
It shouldn't be. Like I saw a bunch of Redditors like analyzing the pull rates, and you should get at least 2 fetches per box, at least, because they're rares. And the way they're designed, and the way the opportunities are stacked with the retro frame, the extended. Well, you don't get extended arm, I'm sorry, but you do get retro frames. You get a 2 shots at it theoretically. So that's why it shouldn't have been so difficult to pull another fetch at least,
So let's see. So in
and the
theory,
foil slot too.
we
It's the foil
have
slot.
1, 2, 3,
You got a
Three,
shit ton of mythics.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mythics.
Yeah, you got a shit ton of mythics.
Out of
Yep.
those 10 mythics, 3 of them are foil,
Yeah.
and the rest are non-foil. And then
Okay.
the Scalding Tarn will foil.
Yeah.
That I'll probably post it in the Magic the Gathering group tomorrow.
Well, okay. Time warp. Time
Yep.
warp. Time warp. Time warp.
You wanted to discuss what I think about the banning?
Yes.
So- Yeah, it made sense. Like when I saw the brews that were being made in Historic, I was gushing about the fact that they made a Jeskai extra turns deck. I was like, oh my god, that's really awesome. And then I'm like thinking to myself, that's not gonna last because it's way too consistent. The way it's designed with the Mizzix, which
Mastery.
Mizzix Mastery, and the way it's designed to just dump everything, just do an ultimatum for free, and then just give in the choice and all that with the Mizzix ultimatums, and how quick it was using the Faithless Looting and all these looter cards. It just couldn't last. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah.
But that historic format, for the most part, must have been hell every time you went against an extra turns deck. So, you know me, I love the card, but I know it had to be banned. It's too much.
As soon as it was printed, I remember we were talking about it. And I was like,
Mhm.
this shouldn't be here.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
just
That's
shouldn't
true.
be here.
Yeah.
I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
Because it's just too strong.
I agree. Like, I mean, Faithless Looting was another one we were debating, and even Source to Plowshares is a card that we debated as well. But
Yes.
at least I've seen Source to Plowshare be like, well, you know, White doesn't really have good removal, so let's give them at least one good removal. So cool,
Especially
whatever.
in historic.
Especially historic. I
White
agree.
doesn't have much.
And then you have like Faithless Looting, which yes, it's been banned in Modern and all that, but you want to like boost a little bit the format, and you want to give them a little bit of speed. So I guess that was the way to do it. I don't mind as much. I thought it was going to be more oppressive as well, but like the Phoenix decks aren't doing that much. Maybe they will now, since there isn't now a Time Walk in the format. But yeah, like Time Walk, yeah, we discussed this. It shouldn't have been banned. They gave it a shot, to be fair, which is the best thing you can do, because I think the professor or Saffron had discussed the idea of they didn't like when they pre-banned cards, or I think it was
Yeah.
Plus in Kenobi. They were very upset with the concept of pre-banning cards because you're not letting the natural progress happen.
Mhm.
Sure, it's your stupid fault for not like R&Ding these cards in the specific format, fine, but it should be allowed to exist within the format for a while and let the players realize themselves, even though it seemed obvious at first, to be like, okay, this just shouldn't exist in the format, and then ban it, like the natural progression of things. And I agree. I feel like, yes, we all knew it should have been stupidly banned from the get-go, but it's cool that it existed for a while. It brewed these decks, it brewed this meta for a while. People tried to counter it, and when they realized it really is really difficult to play against it, boom, ban it.
Yep,
So
that's completely true.
I agree with everything except mostly the pre-banning thing, because
Okay.
it's like it's not that I'm for pre-banning.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're thinking of a card and you think that card is pre-bannable, maybe don't print that card in that format. I understand, because I'm thinking of what's it face Hogak.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like this, this is a problem, and especially I'm also thinking about Modern Horizons 2, where we kind of touched upon it last time. The article I was talking about, where
Yeah.
Sam Black went over to Wizards of the Coast and started testing out a bunch of the
Mhm.
cards.
Yeah.
One of the cards they were testing was Doomsday.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be in any. It's like
They should know better.
you should know better. That should
Yeah.
not be in Caracas. Caracas is also going to be there, and you should just know better.
I
Those
agree.
those
Yeah, that's
cards,
true.
those cards. Maybe okay. The best and maybe defense towards Caracas is that you're playing white.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah, but you're
But
not gonna
any-
play alone. You're gonna play with a bunch of other colors. So.
Yes. So that's the problem.
Yeah, of course.
So it's just a mess in terms of like some of the thoughts
Mhm.
towards
So what do you think? Or do you think that it's like Magic? Like the R&D team when they're trying to think of what cards to put and what cards to reprint. Are they just thinking they just want to boost the format? That's why they thought of crazy stuff like Caracas and Doomsday. Is it because they want to
Maybe-
make it fun and
No.
exciting again?
No, I'm thinking they're banking on nostalgia, and Caracas and Doomsday are very nostalgic, very
Okay.
old nostalgic cards. It's
Yeah,
is one of the things I'm kind of sad towards on another aspect towards Wizards of the Coast in their Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, recently in Dungeons and Dragons, they announced there was a leak for a new book.
Yes.
And one of the books was Strixhaven.
Mhm.
So basically a Strixhaven adventure and setting book. And I'm thinking, why do you have Strixhaven? If this year you banked on nostalgia, why not make Dominaria?
Yeah. I agree.
You banked on nostalgia with the time shifted remastered, and and you also bank on nostalgia with Modern Horizons because you're using old border cards in addition to reprinting the fetch lands.
Mhm.
You're banking on nostalgia. What better way to keep on banking on nostalgia than to make a setting book for Dungeons and Dragons
Mhm.
with the most iconic setting for Magic the Gathering? You're already doing a lot of crossovers, at least one crossover each year, because the IPs work well and meld well together.
Mhm.
So why not just make Dominaria? I'm thinking maybe they thought it was too much of a hassle because of how much lore Dominaria has.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But I'm just thinking they're banking on nostalgia. Other nostalgic cards are they're probably thinking of Yakmot's Bargain at one point probably, and they were like, yeah, that card is that's a no
Yeah.
immediately because that card was like absolutely broken. Because if you did not know, if I'm not mistaken, you could in old Magic, you can the players would Black Lotus into it. And so, yay, Black Lotus, like,
Hey, whoa, you can still Black Lotus things with this guy.
No. The Garth.
This guy.
Garth One-Eyed.
but
It's still not a turn one Black Lotus, so it's fine.
yes.
True.
But yeah, so other cards they might have considered. I'm thinking nostalgia, so I'm not. I'm very, very one with opposition.
Mhm.
I love that enchantment. I'm not sure if it was used in a lot in. I know it was obviously used in its limited format. It's a limited bomb, but I'm not sure if it was used in the constructed format of back in the day.
Mhm.
A lot of weird decks back in the day because there was this 4/4 for that was three red for a 4/4. So back in the day, that's really good because there's not the removal isn't as premium as it is.
Yeah.
Even there's really premium like Swords to Plowshares, but all it did was a Squadron Hawk. It just looked through your deck and put more into your hand.
Mhm.
That's it. That's all it did, and that was a good deck. Cycling. They used cycling last Modern Horizons. I don't know what they said they were going to use like a lot of keywords. I don't know why they didn't bank on cycling again. I was very nostalgic. It's just a lot of cards that like all the duds I talked about.
Yeah.
Maybe those duds shouldn't have been there and just bank on other additional cards that you could have using older mechanics for more iconic decks. Would have been cool for something like a pickles combo, but like a reminiscence towards.
Yeah.
Yes, just older cards. I'm just thinking nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that Wizard of the Coast wanted to just bank on nostalgia, and they're doing it now. And I agree with JP. I think it would have been better if the D&D book would have been of a broader, bigger world of Magic the Gathering than Strixhaven. But I think that at the same time they have been thinking, even though there are like available books or like people already made fan made D&D Harry Potter um l- stories, but probably by having the Strixhaven, well then they can bring that market as well, because you know how people are. If you tell them like, oh, we have this book that is gonna, it's Harry Potter like but in the world of magic, they
That yeah,
will they'll make bank anyway.
yeah, I understand that because you start bringing an outside audience into your already existing audience. Your already existing audience might will probably buy the book if they really want to, and you start getting an additional audience. I understand that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just really want a Dominaria book. I just find that would be just very good for the game for like the game because you bring in even like it's just the most iconic. Like we already have Ravnica, we already have Theros. Those are very good very good settings. But Dominaria is the Magic setting.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking about that.
Chris, what do you think about all these things?
Yeah,
He's been
Chris?
so quiet. He
Yeah.
got here and he
I don't know, man. I've just been listening and pretty much agreeing with everything. Um, aside from, I was thinking about the D&D thing. I would really like to see like the D&D setting from back in like the older sets with the Thrawn. Like actually, not even like I don't think there's a lot of those cards that came out in sets. It's just like old lore from Magic, like how Yawgmoth rose to power and all that.
Dominaria.
Yeah, but like Dominaria, but like old like Dominaria, not like Los Otros Días Dominaria.
Dominaria and Wrath. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's still Dominaria though.
I know, but it is kind of like my dream setting. Like that, I would love to see that in a book, or at least I don't know, touched upon a bit more, maybe like mentioned more. I just think it would be really cool.
okay.
I personally don't like working like with stuff that or like pre-existing lore, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
going towards it because technically, especially in D&D, you start you could technically mess up what would be the continual lore, and that dissonance just bothers me.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
So one of the new update, like one of the new things we got this week was the secret layer for Stranger Things.
Yep.
Actually, did
Yay!
not see that one.
Lands.
So we don't know what's coming.
Yeah, we don't know what's coming yet.
It's
Yeah, we don't know
Oh,
what's coming
announced.
yet.
Secret layer Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the I forgot the name of the monster. It was the Demogorgon.
The
Demigorgon.
Demigorgon?
yeah.
The Demogorgon is technically the actual name is a Dungeons and Dragons reference towards the
Yeah.
actual Demogorgon, which is Demon Prince. Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Demon Lord, whatever. So yeah, I'm thinking they print the Demogorgon on the Forgotten Realms
Mhm.
and use that for alternate art for Stranger Things. But
Okay.
that's me. That's me hoping it's like that. It's probably not going to be
And
like that.
11 is a planeswalker.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, 11 can be
Hmm.
this the 3 drop that has that infinite combo with Nicol Bolas. God dang
Stop
it,
it.
what's
Stop it right now.
There's
Stop it
like
right
two
now.
of them.
Stop it right now.
No, 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 no. The one that was a commander deck.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea what you're talking
I
What
about.
forgot
color?
it.
What color is she?
It's
Animato?
uh
Ani.
Ani,
What?
Animato is, yeah,
I can't
Animato.
Animato,
That's
remember.
Yeah.
black, blue, white.
Aminato? I can't remember.
Aminato, yeah.
Yeah, that one. You imagine that 11 being a reprint of that?
That'd
That'd
be
be
cool.
funny.
That would be
Like
cool.
that.
I would actually dig it. I would actually dig it.
But any other predictions on cards? Are you think you do you guys think they're gonna do the Walking Dead treatment again?
I really hope not,
They
but
are. They
it
are.
is a huge possibility.
So they are.
Yeah.
The addendum is the following. Wait, I'm sorry, we had a comment.
Oh, there's
Carlos
an
Martis says, "What's up, peeps? What's up, Carlos? Thank you
Hey,
for
What's up,
being here."
Carlos?
Carlos,
So
thank you for being here.
what they're doing is the following. They are doing exactly the same thing as they're doing with what they did
With
with
the
Walking
Walking Dead.
Dead. Yes, it's going to be secret layer with unique mechanics, black border. That's something that they've said. Now, what they've said was they're going to fix the problem that they did last time. The way they're fixing it is they're actually promising. They're giving an actual promise this time, not something vague and shit. That
Is
even
it
though
recorded?
yes, it is. Yeah, it's recorded. I think it was one of those Good Morning Magic whatever videos, probably,
Hmm.
or the other one with Gavin or whatever, or one of the Twitch streams. Point is, what they said was they are going to give you this mechanically unique cards of Stranger Things and whatever, but they will give you magic equivalents down the line. Now the problem is, I think they said that they would put them on the list. That
I'm
creates a
I'm not
problem.
100%
Okay,
fine
what
with
do you
that,
mean?
but it's
What do
better
you
than
mean?
nothing.
It
What
is
do you
better
mean
than
that there's
nothing.
going to be in the list?
So they're going. Let's say they do 11, the Planeswalker, fine, whatever, right?
Hmm.
And then down the line they create Kashakusha, the Planeswalker. I don't know. She's a new Planeswalker. She Planeswalk from Etheria. That's a new planes,
Okay.
whatever. And it's mechanically the same as 11, but then they're just going to inject it in the list. That's what I believe they hinted at. I don't think they fully like explained this, and
You
that's
mean
what
that it's
something
going
that
to be
Pleasant.
on like the set booster boxes list cards?
It would be on the list cards because it would technically be like a weird variation thing. So they're thinking of just sticking it in there because it kind of makes sense. Because when you think about the list cards, a lot of the list cards include cards that have been given to judges, been given to FNMs, like specialty promos. They've been sticking them in the list as reprints. They've been
That
actually
is true. That's
reprinting stuff like that within that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think
It's
So that
okay,
means
okay. That,
you
that, that
imagine that you imagine that the fact that they're not printing out or showing us the list is because we're gonna have special cards that
Mhm.
are on the reversed revised list or whatever you want to call it, the collector
reserve.
list,
Just
the
a
reserve
reserve.
list, and then
No,
one day some
nah.
random crazy guy
He's gonna pull a Black
pulls
Lotus.
out a Black Lotus.
When that shit happens and it's verifiable, everyone's gonna shit bricks and it's going to
Oh,
become a mess. So I
I
don't think
know.
I don't
No,
think
no,
they're
no.
gonna do that
In,
shit. It'll be
in that
fucking
moment,
hilarious.
like Hasbro and Magic are done
Yeah,
automatically.
it would be hilarious though. It would be super hilarious, but I don't think they would do that shit.
You know what? They
Oh,
should do it. Like
The
I know
amount
that
of
this is
jobs
me
that are
going.
going to be lost, John, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
part you're not understanding.
Yeah, yeah.
How
it
about
would be,
okay,
it would
guys,
be a
guys, guys,
disaster.
guys. Imagine somebody printing a card,
Mhm.
making it with the whole old border, whatnot, the original art of Christopher Rush, and adding that Planeswalker logo on the corner, and then pulling it out of a booster pack just to destroy humans
Oh my
and,
God.
and making them suffer.
That would be that would be insane. I don't know. Like I think it would be
the
disastrous.
the
It,
insane legal repercussions of everything.
yeah. I mean, I'm one of the ones that would just be happy if they just destroy the reserve list, but that's just me though. But
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
that's
understand the
just us being
repercussions.
anarchists, Alejandro.
Yeah, I know, and because everyone should have accessible magic. Like that shouldn't be such
Yes.
a big issue.
Mhm.
But
Well,
whatever. Like I understand. I get
you
it. Fine.
Seize
you
the
mentioned
means of
something
production.
I wanna bank on.
Sure.
It's like, you said they're reprinting the cards on the list are cards that used to be alternate arts of something else or
Yeah, like
Judge
those
Pro,
FNMs they gave you
Like
promos.
Vampire
FNMs,
Tutor?
Judge
Yeah.
Promers. So
Yeah.
will we ever see like stuff like Imperial Seal in the because it was a Judge promo.
I'd be surprised if we
the
haven't.
one-eyed.
Yeah, like I'd be surprised if they haven't already thought of that. Although you did mention that it's not actually on the reserve list, so it is
It's not. No, it's not.
reprintable.
Yeah, it is
Exactly.
reprintable. That's why.
It could be reprintable. I believe what they're probably doing is they're waiting for a set. I don't know, whatever set they're thinking of, maybe Commander Legends Who or some bullshit, and they'll stick it there as one of those chase cards because they know that's one of the few chase cards they kind of have left. Because now that they reprinted the fetch lands, well, they reprinted the fetch lands. So for now, the fetch lands are going to be pretty accessible. So then now they have to start thinking, okay, what other cards we can actually reprint we haven't touched in freaking decades. And that's one of those. So I think they're probably going to hold off on that card until they have like a Commander Legends 2 or a Mother Horizons 3 to reprint it.
Stick it in
That's my theory.
Modern
That's my theory.
Horizons 3. That's what I've been holding on to.
Yeah. Like if they stick it on the list, it wouldn't be as impactful.
That is
But-
true. That is true.
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe
Because the list is so vague and weird and it's not
Yeah.
defined by anything.
It is.
That's why.
It is. Like you
That's
guys
the
saw
problem.
the first two cards that I got from the list.
Yeah.
One
And
was
I
for
like, oh.
Zendikar Rising.
Yeah, it's so arbitrary. Like the cards from the list make no sense half the time. I
I
don't
know.
understand them.
I think they just go to Scryfall and hit random.
I swear,
Probably.
I
Maybe-
swear
maybe
they
it's this
do.
one.
Like it's
Maybe it's
some
this
of,
one hits
maybe
random
some,
again.
and some of them
Oh,
are
yeah,
interesting
that's-
because they reprinted like Food Chain, they reprinted like Scroll Rack. There are some good cards on the list.
Wait, Food Chain?
Yeah, Food Chain is on the list.
And
But
Scroll
it's
Rack.
not on the reserve list.
Maybe I don't know. I
pretty
swear I
sure-
saw Food Chain. Go check.
Somebody
me know.
Google this immediately.
Yeah, let me
somebody
know.
about it.
But
Somebody
I'm
about
pretty
it.
sure I
users.
saw Food Chain on the list. It's one of the
Food
cards on
Chain
the list.
is on the list.
Yeah, there you go. And Scroll Rack too.
JP, tell them, can they sue?
It is in the.
Yeah, Food Chain, the list.
Yeah, but is it in the reserved list?
That's what we're
Oh.
trying to verify right now.
Oh, if it's on the reserved list. Oh, I already know.
Yeah.
I don't know either. That's why I just
I mean-
assumed that if it's on the list,
What set is that? That is Mercadian Masks.
I don't think
Arcadian
Arcadian Masks
Masks.
is reserve list.
Let's see. Yeah, reserved list
Mirage.
MTG Wiki.
Nope, it's not on the reserve list.
There
Okay,
you
fine.
go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the assumption that if it's on the list, it can't be one of those reserve list cards by logic, you know. But yeah, it's it's interesting. It's holy shit! Someone pulled a Misty Rainforest foil, retro foil.
Where?
It's on the Magic the Gathering Puerto Rico group.
Yes,
Oh,
that was
shit.
Mark. I saw
That was
that.
Mark. Oh, Mark, that's very lucky. That's a
Yeah,
good pull,
man.
man. He's a good pull.
Congrats.
$230. No one's
Gotta
gonna buy it for $230 in Puerto Rico. You might as well stick it on eBay.
At 200, maybe.
Maybe 200, but if it starts if everything starts crashing really hard, it's not gonna be 200 for long. So I would just stick it on eBay very quick and just try to sell it like that.
How much is the Scalding Turn though?
You have the foil one, but it's like the normal one, so it's probably
Yeah.
maybe like $100. I would just guesstimating right now, probably like $100. That's my
Yeah,
guesstimation.
I'm gonna TCG player it.
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, the secret. So yeah, so they did say that we're gonna try to see if they stick it on the list. I think Plus and Kanoe mentioned that. He did mention though that it wouldn't be a great thing, but because of the limitations that the list has, because
Yeah.
it's so scarce that it would create like a actual scarcity on a new card regardless, because even though you're printed on the list, it's not really going to solve the issue. So even though it hasn't been fully confirmed it's going to be on the list, hopefully it doesn't, because like I said, it would create another problem entirely without necessity, because what would be cool is if down the line they would actually reprint Secret Lair non-foil versions on the list. That would be an interesting idea. So, say for example, those pretty Serum Visions that I bought, that could be on the
Mhm.
list. Just have one of the versions randomly be inserted on the list. Since
Okay,
they're so
so-
keen on reprinting the promo cards. Yeah.
The Scalding Tarn normal foil, it's only for $57.
What?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of buying one then. Holy crap. That's so cheap. Oh my god, it's blown out. Okay. Wow. Holy crap. Wow. I'm surprised it's so
Yep.
cheap. That means the normal
Like-
one is what, like $30, $40?
Yep, 37.
Wow. And
$3
that is
less.
that normal price right now.
Yeah, that's
So,
pre-ordered price right now.
Fetches are gonna be affordable.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Even the secret layer one is for $58.
Yeah, because they
Wow.
had to go down to like equalize to the same price. They can't. They
And
can't
the
be like
full art
$100. It makes no sense.
and the full art one
Yeah.
is right now going as low as 59.
Wow.
hmm
Wow, they're gonna be really affordable. I am very surprised. I knew they were gonna be affordable, but if that is the price right now, it is gonna dip to like $20. Even though everyone on Reddit, do you not think it's gonna be $20?
No, I'm just scrolling
Oh,
down,
okay.
seeing the prices, and I see Charlotte Agent at $48.
Yeah, there's some stuff that kind of doesn't make
I
any
mean, I
sense.
have a few. I have like two.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm like-
what card is that?
Charlotte's Agent.
Charlotte's Agent.
Oh,
It wasn't expensive.
And it's going to crash because that card's not scarce. It's
Well,
an uncommon.
Orza Saga right now it's at $30.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, that
I
thing's gonna
believe
go up.
that's going to go down. Well, it will
Yeah.
go up eventually. Yes, you're
it's
right.
gonna
Esper
it's gonna
Sentinel is
crash,
for
but it's gonna go
24.
up after some time,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
if
because
it's modern.
it's been overused. So
Mhm.
like, but again, if the fetches are at 30 something, I believe they're going to go to the $20, and they're going to be like Dragons of Tarkir
Dragons-
prices.
No, it's Cons of Takir.
Oh, it's Khans of Tarkir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Khans of
Do you
Tarkir.
think that Urza's Saga can become a problem in modern?
We discussed
oh,
this
where
already.
is-
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem,
Yeah,
but it's
a
not
problem
gonna be.
now.
But it's not gonna be a problem like a severe problem.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna balance out because the decks that are running it, some
Oh
decks
my
shouldn't
God.
be running it.
Eric Messes for $20.
Yeah,
Yep. That makes sense
What's
to me though. It's the least used, so
and Marsh Flats too.
yeah, Marsh Frost as well. So that makes sense to me.
What about the ignoble hierarch?
Ignoble Hierarch with the.
It's gonna be used a lot, and it's already. Been used
it
a
was
lot.
like the old
No, but I'm
border.
trying to look for his pricing.
Oh,
The old border was like 130, like $100.
Right now,
Insane.
Ignoble Hierarch is at 29.
that's the normal one, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's the normal
What
one.
about the sketch and the retro? Because
The
that's
retro
the thing.
is
There's like
$100.
it's like 1,000 variations of the same stupid card.
The
That's why
retro
nothing can
is
hold.
the foil etched retro is at $100.
Wow. Yeah.
Have
Like,
you
none
guys
of these things
estimated
can
the cost
hold.
of John's box yet?
We haven't.
Yes.
We haven't. But well, did you? Okay.
No, just yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
That's the price.
I think he
You made bank.
made back. I think he plussed because
Yeah,
with
with the-
Solitude,
Solitude
Oh,
and
the monkey.
yeah, and the
Monkey,
monkey as well.
Solitude,
Monkey
and
right now,
and-
near mint foil is
Yeah.
going for 150.
It's super expensive.
It's a lot of
Literally-
$100.
Literally,
That's so
if
fascinating.
I would say
That's
if
really
I
ridiculous.
put Ragavan 150,
The Scalding Tarn.
there's
and
200.
and then the Solitudes. How much are the Solitudes? The one that you
Yeah, I
have
don't
because
know.
you have different ones.
I got
how much
two,
is the
one
Rev
non-
again?
Foil 150.
Dude,
Oh.
150, and it shouldn't be that expensive. It makes no sense to me.
Wait, what do you mean 150? Like $1.50?
No,
No,
dude, $150.
$150.
$150. Sure,
Ragavan?
granted, he has the
It's a
borderless.
mythic, dude.
It's a mythic and it's a borderless foil. He has a borderless foil one. But even
Yes.
the normal one, like the basic one, is $64 right now.
Okay, so Solitude near mint foil, it's for 100, and the regular one is for 48.
Makes sense to me. But see what I mean? Like, how is it possible that the borderless Solitude, which, like I said, is the most new played card in modern right now, is cheaper than a stupid monkey? That makes no sense to me. And they're
So,
both
Monkey
mythics.
strong.
It literally with if I could sell these right now,
You got the box.
I got the box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
So,
saying.
who's
There
ready
it
to
is.
play the
Right here,
booster box
right here.
game?
Right here is 250 already,
Very volatile.
and then here is the 300, and then here's like, let's say that 4 cards 340.
Sure.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
If I would have been selling them right now, if I could have sold them right now, then I can. I just need to go to the groups of Magic online in Facebook, and we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Do it now. Play the booster box game live. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Call Carla Tomato. Keep buying boxes.
Send
Keep
out
buying
orders
boxes.
right now.
Yeah, go nuts, man. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Oh my god! If there were stores that you could do the booster box game, it would have been cool because that's the thing of the professor. The professor has already LGS that he does this. Like he
Yeah.
has already
Assistant.
he already knows how he's gonna bank the cards with the store and buy another box.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
here,
at one point he sold them. He just sold them on eBay.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
that's true.
But he has to
But-
do it through the LGS so he can get quickly the next box by the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guys, I think we have spoken about everything tonight.
Yeah, we're missing one thing.
What we're missing?
The two little spoiled cards
spoiler
from
cards.
Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
Forgotten Realms. I
Tasha's
already
Hideous
got
Laughter and the Flumph.
Right.
Yes.
John.
Give me
has
one
it.
sec.
Yeah, John. Has it.
I only have one.
Okay. Well, we can talk about the one then.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and stop scrolling
I'm hoping it's Tasha's.
It's the card. I think it's the card that you picked. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
hideous,
it
and
is.
I
It is
and I
the
need
card
it.
that
It's
I
the
need it in my
cancer-
life.
It's the cancer that you picked. Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
it.
it's really strong.
I need
It's-
20 copies
look at
right
this
now.
stupid card.
Wow.
I
It's
thought
fun.
it was fake. I thought it was fake,
Should
and I'm so glad it's not. I
Sure.
can use it in Commander. I'm the happiest goblin.
In Commander, it's not going to be that strong though.
No, it's not. It's really good in standard though.
I mean,
Even
this,
modern. Actually.
you cast this against a Joyra deck,
Oh my
the Joyra
god.
prize. Okay,
Yeah.
It's
Tasha's
hella
Hideous
funny.
Laughter. It's a one
Funny
blue
as
blue
hell.
for a sorcery.
Mhm.
Each opponent exiles cards from from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. The problem with this card, in my opinion, is that it says each opponent. If it were target opponent,
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be actually fair. But this says each opponent. You just cast this and just
Yes.
Yeah.
mess everyone up.
Yes.
And it has total mana value 20 or more. So if you go over 20 and it was like, oh, it's a bunch of cards and then like an Emrakul, or whatever, like
You
an
lo-
Ulamog. Whoop,
you lost
got
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost that Ulamog in the last one too.
Yeah. Another funny thing is in D&D, I've actually casted Tasha's Hideous Laughter against the Bayer, and that's exactly what the art depicts.
Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. This card is really fun,
Beautiful.
at least for standard. Due to the fact that the sets that are going to be rotating won't affect the mill decks, but it's really interesting that this card says each opponent, because it would have been much more interesting if it would have been target player. Because I know that in other formats, or let's put, if you do a mill commander, it would have made a little bit much more sense if it's for 1v1. In group commander, it's a card that can affect the game,
A lot?
but
Yeah,
Like a lot? No,
Yeah,
no, no.
it-
It's not a can affect the game. It will affect the game.
will
In
affect
my
you.
opinion,
Okay.
the more I analyze this card, it
Mhm.
should be 2 blue instead of 1 blue.
hmm
yeah,
3 mana is
Even 5
bit-
would have been acceptable for this bull.
5 no. Because by
4,
5 you just
4.
play Traumatize or something like that. 4
yeah,
mana
but-
is
yeah,
good.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. If
But,
it's 5, play
I'm-
traumatized.
I'm happy that they're pushing the power on these cards because even this at 3 mana, I don't like not many decks will actually run it that other than mill decks. You're not gonna run this just because you want to run this.
I will.
Yeah,
Oh,
but-
we know that.
You're an outlier. You're a freak of nature. It's fine.
Yes. Yes, I am.
That's completely utterly true. Oh my god. But yeah, I like this card. This card looks like a lot of fun. Again, for commander, I don't know really. For commander, it's kind of odd. But
You're gonna
for
make everyone
standard, though-
your enemy. If you
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
exactly.
What do you
And
guys
that
think
feels
about the fact that a
great.
lot of the cards nowadays are always considering commander first? Because like you said, this card, if commander wasn't a thing or if it wasn't that popular, it would just say your opponent,
Yeah.
not each opponent.
I
So what do you
think
guys think about a lot of these cards in standard, modern, everywhere. Essentially, they're always with the claws each opponent.
So, my opinion is it's good.
Mhm.
I like it.
Cool.
Print more.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the things each opponent when it's made for a 1v1 format, everyone just likes to bash at the design space and say, oh, because this is Commander Horizons 2, even though this is not even from that set, but you know what I mean. Like they're just
Yeah.
gonna people just gonna hate on people playing Commander because Commander uses everything basically.
Yep.
So having these cards just say each opponent, I feel like it has us in the back of the mind because the truth is Commander is right now currently the most popular format.
Mhm.
It's the most popular
It's the
format
only
By a
form.
lot. By a lot.
by a lot,
By a
but
lot.
also the pandemic did help a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are just playing Commander because that's all they can and all they should. Like not all they should, but mostly. But I feel like the design sometimes, only sometimes, does the design space suffer when you just don't when it says each opponent instead of saying target. Only a few times. This might be one of them because it's very very strong. You could potentially mill someone out very very fast with this if your deck is very
Yes.
low to the ground.
Mhm.
But that at minimum it's 20 cards. Like
Yeah.
actually no, no, not a minimum.
Well, if
But
you go, if you do this against, let's say, Krenko. Krenko is a very low cost deck.
yeah, but not including lands because this the mana value of lands is 0, so it's not like if you just get lands, that's 20 lands gone. Bye.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
coming back.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
could be a
this
lot.
card is ridiculous. This card is ridiculous.
strong, it's very
The
strong.
fact that it says each opponent instead of like each player
But
is
again,
ridiculous.
coming back to the commander side is you're gonna make yourself an enemy.
Yeah,
You
You
are
are.
the enemy as soon as you play this.
like turn 3, Tasha's hideous laughter.
That's what I strive
I'm
for.
not-
You're
like, I won't be
you're
happy.
yeah. You are
Yeah.
the arch enemy.
And you find a way to recast it or double it up or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just gonna choke you until you
That's,
just die.
that's what I'm gonna
The
do.
game's over. The game just ended. You're just gonna choke you till
You
you,
know,
die.
you finish in the LGS, you pack your stuff up. As soon as you step out,
We're chanking you.
you're just
Yeah,
shanked.
we're chanked. You're
Yeah.
getting chanked. You're just getting chanked. That's it. The game's over. No more games anymore.
Yeah, there's no more games, guys. No more games.
I'm gonna start wearing like 3 jackets every time I go to the
Okay, that'd be good. That'd be safe. That'd be safe. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe 8.
maybe 8. Okay.
Oh,
Start
God.
layering. It's
Yeah.
not
Guys,
winter.
so
The
So
other card
next
is
week-
wait,
Yeah?
one more card. I really want to talk about the other card. I know you don't have it, but I'm just gonna talk about it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
one in a white. I'm not sure what the creature type is. I forgot that. It's one in a white for a 0/4 defender flying. It's a flump. That's it. That's the name. Whenever it gets damaged, you and target opponent draw a card.
Yeah.
It's technically
whenever
target
it
opponent.
what, whenever it gets damaged.
Whenever it gets damaged,
Oh.
you and target opponent draw a card.
Is
No, it does not say combat damage. It is whenever flump is dealt damage.
Yeah.
You get to
Oh, it's
draw a
like in
card.
range.
Like it's one. It's like one white
No, no,
0/4.
I mean
defender
the
flying.
mechanic. I mean the mechanic in rage. The one that was for
Yes.
the dinosaurs.
Yes.
It's in
Think
rage
of it
without
that
the
way.
text.
Yeah.
So whenever it's dealt damage, you draw a card and target opponent draws a card. You and target opponent draw a card. It's
Okay.
one in a white, so 2 mana for it. And
Commander.
I feel like it's actually better than a lot of people give credit for. Mostly because you don't like like let's say Chris attacks me, I block with flump. I say I draw a card and fuck you, Chris. Orengo draws a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, give Orengo cards because he's the
Yeah.
one that plays
I always
blue.
need them. I always
No,
need 'em.
give Christopher card.
But do you think it's kind of frustrating that again White is
Yes,
getting a
yes.
nerfed version because we've literally had walls in
I
White
just
that just draw a card for two
yeah,
Yeah.
mana, hero four. Like, why can't you
yeah,
just
yeah.
have
True,
it where it takes
true, true,
damage and
true.
I draw?
Yeah, it's true. I would much rather that. I just feel like when I first saw the card, a lot of people were just bashing on it. Oh, that's not this. The one problem I see with the card is that it's a rare.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true
big
too.
problem.
That's
It's a
true.
rare.
It's a rare.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It should be an
That's
uncommon.
kind of an
Yeah.
insult, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
as a rare, it's bad. As an uncommon, it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I should have
Yeah.
started with that.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I
But
get that
it's
point.
it should have been an uncommon because really, what can we do about
It would
that?
suck. It would
They-
suck if you pull
Maybe
it.
maybe that was just like part of the joke or something, but everyone instead of getting the joke is like wizards why.
Because flumps are rare.
Mhm.
I don't know, man.
It's cute.
Maybe
huh?
maybe that's what they did, you know. it's
Everyone loves
Forgotten
flumps.
Realms
They're
was of
cute
those.
and they just go like.
Yeah,
It's just
no. Wizards. Why?
I don't know.
Wizards, why exactly? That's the question. Wizards, why?
Wizards. Why?
Oh Lord. But guys, so next week, the set comes out. Modern Horizons 2 is
Yep.
officially out next week, and so next week we're going to be opening 2 collector booster boxes of Modern
Woohoo.
Horizons 2, while talking about anything that happens during the week or any thoughts in the set as well. Even though we have been talking about the set a lot in regards of the cards that came out and whatnot. So we everybody got a message.
Yeah. It was JP.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I will be seeing these cards will be available in my little store online. So but I know that some of these, like the Solitude, the Ragavan, they're gonna go to all those Magic the Gathering places that I can sell cards. That'll be the first one that says, "Hey, Ragavan for 140," and I'm like, "Yeah, sold."
Yeah.
So, guys, so let's go ahead tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Why did I say tomorrow? So next Friday we're gonna open the booster boxes while talking about Magic, and then let's go ahead and start with the round table. Chris, where can people find you? Chris,
Well, as always, you guys can find me here in the Cardboard Cave podcast, and you can find me on my Twitch as ChrisCross13.
awesome. How about you, JP?
You can find me here, the Cardboard Cave Podcast, but more importantly, Orengo.
Oh. Okay. Orengo, and then JP. JP's like,
No, just Orengo, because remember, I'm the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, JP has nothing to aportar. Yeah, that's right. Which is not true, JP.
Exactly,
You're
it's
the
not true.
master cuber.
Exactly.
And the man who breaks my heart when he plays black, which is all the time. So you break my heart all the freaking time. Well, guys, you can find me at the Movie Guy Podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we discuss the stuff that we watch during the weekend, and we do like little movie segments. You can also find me at my podcast, Cinemas Podcast, under the Movie Guy banner and under the Facebook page. And now we have Anchor. So if you don't want to see my ugly face while we're podcasting, you can just hear me.
Can you
Instead-
say it's an ugly face?
There's some people. So we have Anchor, we have Spotify. So now we're like everywhere, like normal podcasters should be. Beyond that, you can always find me here as well at Cardboard Cave. Next week is going to be very fun opening those collector boxes. And you can also find me at 15 of Bridgeport, where we'll be discussing tomorrow Princess Mononoke, the Studio Ghibli film, and we'll be discussing the first episode of Sweet Tooth. Finally, you can also find me today, Chichando, which is one of our collaborators in the Movie Guy. He released a new episode talking about Spiral, the movie, the Saw movie, and talking about A Quiet Place. And I was a guest invited to that podcast. So if you want to hear my opinions regarding the movie Spiral, you can also hear me there. But beyond that, you can Google me. Google my name. Yay.
Wait,
you can Google me.
Wait, Orengo, don't you have a podcast on Sunday?
I do have a podcast on Sunday. Thank you for reminding me. So I do have a podcast on Sunday. It's going to be The Shining and Doctor Sleep. I'm going to be talking about both movies because they were both Stephen King novels. The first one, The Shining, is a masterpiece that the director, Stanley Kubrick, ignored completely in the novel. So it'll be interesting comparing, contrasting the novel with the movie. Doctor Sleep tried to be like a weird hybrid of being a sequel to The Shining, but also abiding by what the novel was about. And I hate Doctor Sleep. And we're going to have some special guests called Cine Escritura, which is a podcast of two very special literary professors, which is going to give me insight on the comparisons of the book versus the movie and how they fare in that regard. And that's kind of it. That's it. Yeah, I'm good now. Yeah.
You good now?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you guys can find me at all my social media as Big Boss 117 PR. As well, I have my podcast called Big Boss 117 Universe. I have a couple of shows, but the main show is Subtitles Required, where I'm with Orengo talking about foreign films.
Yeah.
The first episode is already live. We talk about Demon Slayer Mugen Train. So go ahead, look for it at your favorite podcast audio format or app like that. You guys can listen to us and give our opinions of this movie as well. I am at The Movie Guy. I have my own show in The Movie Guy called Up Up Left Right. I disclose and break video game movies, and I suffer because the half of them, I will say more than half, are really bad. And obviously follow us in Cardboard Cave as well. If you guys don't want to see us, you can listen to us. We are at every podcast format, audio format. So go ahead, look for us at Cardboard Cave MTG. And actually, we will be linking once again, thanks because Chris revived our YouTube channel that was lost.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes. So Chris actually found the password and he relived it. I'm like, he told me, I was like, hey, look, I found was this a YouTube channel that we lost? I'm like, yes, that's the one. So
That's beautiful.
we got our YouTube channel back. So all the recent episodes will pass to that YouTube channel. So go ahead and look we will be linking it throughout this week. So we will see you guys in the next one. And I got to say thank you for Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games to provide us the Modern Horizons 2 box. So let's go ahead and say our goodbyes. We'll see you guys in the next one. So bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas.